Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Herders. My name is Nick.
I'm Rich.
And today we're drinking a beer because we're the Over a Beer channel.
Yeah.
What are we drinking?
We're drinking Starburst Wheat from Sagittug Brewing Company. It's growing on me.
I like it. Hopefully not literally. That could be bad hops in there. Bad.
Yeah. I just feel it just like growing in my throat.
Just coming out. You end up looking...
By the end of the week, you're just going to see me just back here. Just hops are coming out.
Look like a clicker.
Yeah.
So it's good. The one thing that is very deceiving about it is the Starburst.
Yeah.
Because when I hear that, I think fruit explosions.
Like a fruity candy. I'm not getting any of that.
Not at all.
It tastes very weedy and hoppy.
But it is good.
Yeah, it's solid.
I like it. So besides drinking that, what else have you been up to?
I haven't been up to a whole lot. I've been up to even less things that you're going to want to hear about.
Interesting.
So I've been up to two things.
Interesting.
I've been catching up on Dragon Ball Super, and I've been playing the new Hatsune Miku game.
Oh my god, you're a nerd.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. Two of the favorite things you like to hear from me. Anime and...
Siri, wake me up in 5 minutes.
So I'll be super brief on both.
Tell the people. I'm sure we have. All right. I did used to watch a good amount of Dragon Ball when I was naive.
Fuck yeah.
So tell the people who might not know, what is Dragon Ball Super? Like, are you catching up on the show from like 20 years ago?
No. Okay. So Dragon Ball Super is the next series. The next series in the Dragon Ball saga.
So it's like Dragon Ball the college years.
I hate you. So there was Dragon Ball that came out first.
Yeah.
And it was all about like Goku growing up.
Yep.
And then there was Dragon Ball Z, which was kind of what is a little more well known, I think, even than Dragon Ball. Mm-hmm. And then the creator left, and they made a series called Dragon Ball GT, which was a sequel series without him. And
so at this point, he's grown up. Him and Topanga are engaged.
Yeah. They have a daughter. So Dragon Ball Super is Akira Toriyama, who's the creator of the series, coming back and making his own sequel series to Dragon Ball Z.
Does it even consider the mid-series canon, or
no? GT is not. This totally ignores all of that. It picks up like a year or something after the end of Dragon Ball Z. It's good. It's solid. The first 20 or so episodes are good. I don't love them because they retread a lot of the same ground the two recent movies that came out.
Was he involved in those?
Yeah. So those were all like Dragon Ball Z, like branded movies. And then they recovered all of that territory as part of the Dragon Ball Super series. And now that it's doing its own thing, it's gotten really interesting. And it's cut out a lot of kind of the filler of like Dragon Ball Z. You know, the big joke of Z was, they yell at each other for 5 episodes and then they have a fight. Like it's very to the point.
That's good. I mean, that was definitely the joke about that show. That's for sure.
I'm not totally caught up, but so far I'm like episode 40. I think they just hit episode 73 the other day.
Those crazy kooky people over there.
It's good though. If you're a fan of the Dragon Ball franchise, it's definitely, I think, worth your time. It's a welcome return of beloved characters if you were into any of that.
Cool. That's really cool. And then you were playing, what was it?
I'm playing the new Hatsune Miku game for PS4. It's a thing. It is a thing. It's a Japanese rhythm game. The one that just came out, it's a port of the arcade games from Japan. So it's got like between the two different expansion packs, like 220 songs or something on it. So I'm just kind of plugging away at that. It's only been out for like since yesterday, so I have a few hours into it.
180 songs?
No, not yet. I will be. Give me a couple weeks and I'll put a number of hours into that.
Can't wait to hear more. What's the best song so far?
I couldn't tell you.
Cool.
that's
Very
what I've
cool.
been up to. What have you?
If you've been up to those, tweet at him. I'm not
Yeah,
much.
there's no platinum trophy, which I'm really pissed off about.
That many songs and no platinum?
But yeah, so I guess the way it's set up is there's like it's called like the Prelude, and it's free to download, and it's got like 2 songs on it, and it's got like it's a 5 trophy set, and then the 2 expansions you have to buy separately. You can buy as a bundle, and because they're looked at in the store and the network as like
2
DLC
things.
packs,
Oh,
there's
right.
no platinum trophy or no any of that.
Wow.
So it kind of loses some of the extra unlockable things that the previous installments had, because it's very much like everything is available for you to buy. You just have to earn the in-game credits to buy it, and costumes, and
Interesting.
yeah, it's fun. I enjoy
Well,
it.
hey, to each their own. I'm sure it's fun.
I want it on Vita.
So I really have not been up to much at all.
No.
I've been incredibly busy with work and
Yeah.
everything. Even worked over the weekend, things like that. So not much from last week is different. There's some stuff that I've done more of. I finished both episodes now of Walking Dead New Frontier. Highly recommend. But the one thing that I will talk about is now typically we're actually usually pretty positive in our what we're up to. We rarely talk about things that we were up to that we were not fans of.
Yeah.
But I'm going to change that.
Oh.
Because there's not enough negativity associated with what we do here.
Jeez.
I watched, actually, it debuted a few weeks ago, and I had a few, like maybe 5 or 6 or something episodes backed up on the DVR. The new Justice League animated series debuted a couple weeks ago on Cartoon Network, Justice League Action, which had been a lot of the voices that you like from previous Justice League incarnations were coming back, which was always very interesting to me. Not all of them.
Oh,
Some
man.
of them. I was
I'm
very
not
excited
watching it.
about that. But there were some reports that it was going to be more in the vein of Teen Titans Go, which is perfectly fine, fun stuff.
Yeah,
but
it's
inconsequential.
sure.
Which is not usually what I would go for in these types of things. I like the longer story arcs, more like Teen Titans, and things of that nature. But anyway, I thought I'd give it a shot. The show did not do it for me at all.
Really?
I watched the first 15-minute episode, and I was like, all right, this isn't for me.
Is it Teen Titans Go, but with Justice
Kind
League?
basically, yeah. It's not as jokey, but the animation was not what I would want at all. It was very it's not like Teen Titans Go exactly. It just felt very shoddy and just quick and lame. And it was just goofy and just not at all what I would want. So unfortunately, I cannot recommend Justice League Go. Or no, Justice League Action is what it's called. And I watched like I said, I watched
Super Go Action.
whatever the hell it's called. It's a thing. Also, Cartoon Network. I guess I hadn't watched a show on there in a little bit. It seems like they do this really new, annoying thing that would have been really cool, I think, if I were a kid. But it was very annoying for the 15 minutes it was on. I guess they have this new app. I forget what it was called, honestly, but they have this new Cartoon Network type app where you download it as a kid and then you collect characters based on who's on the screen. So every time like a new character would come up, this like icon would pop up on the screen, like open the app and collect the character or something like that. But there was like a million characters, so every 2 seconds there was this like thing popping up, and I was like, I'm just trying to watch the show. Like, what is that?
Maybe that's just the thing they do, like in their quote unquote prime time slots of.
It's possible.
Because I'll flip it on. I'll watch Adult Swim a lot of times, and so sometimes I'll turn my TV back on and Cartoon Network's on.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember seeing that, so maybe it's brand new, or maybe it's just in their like prime time.
There was a commercial for it at the start of the episode that it was going to happen. It was kind of like back in the day when Nickelodeon used to do like, get this box of cereal and get 3D glasses for this episode of Wild Thornberries and do like this one thing. But it seems like now they might just always be doing that. And it was not just like, it's already annoying enough when like the like logo for the the network appears on the bottom. That always distracts me. Or when it comes across
or like does some weird
Mike and Molly on TV on tomorrow at 8.
or does some stupid like dance or
yeah,
something.
I hate that. This was even worse. It was like, I was like, oh, stop. So I don't recommend that show. I deleted every episode off the DVR.
Wow.
Canceled the series recording.
After 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's just not for me. I already knew.
Okay. It's a lot of TV. It's good to know when you can if it's not for you.
Exactly. There's too much TV. That's about it.
Well, that's what we've been up to. What have you been up to? Let us know in the comments below. What do you think of
Well,
just... What?
Let's talk about one more thing.
Okay.
Just real quick. What did you think of the Golden Globes? Now, did you watch the show, and what did you think of the winners?
I watched, I think, the last hour of it. I didn't see much of it. I know there was a lot of... I saw a lot of hate for, like, Fallon on it. And some weird stuff that people were, like, bitching about. But I didn't... When I turned it on, it was... mostly La La Land wins, and
I mean, that's all
Moonlight.
that happened all night. Yeah, I mean, Moonlight won that one granted major award. It didn't win anything else the rest of the night. Fallon, it was just, honestly, it was weird to me that they had him host it.
Okay.
Because he did an opening and then came out a couple times for a couple jokes, like, throughout the night, but was almost never on stage. It was like, why do you even have a host?
Yeah.
I didn't think he was good. I didn't think he was bad. I didn't think he had anything to do.
He was just kind of there.
He was just there.
I
there was literally
usually
one
like
point,
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, I think he's fine. There was one point I was texting a friend throughout the night, and we realized that he had not been on the television in about an hour and a half at one point. And we're just like, what is he there for?
Why? Yeah, why pay him to be the host?
So that was weird. The show itself, it never ceases to amaze me how every year I'll watch it, and within 20 minutes I realize, oh yeah, this literally means nothing.
Yeah.
At all. It's inconsequential in every way. I appreciated seeing La La Land win all those awards. I didn't feel like they really did much of anything wrong in terms of, because a lot of times the Globes is that show where it's like, the Tourist being up for that Johnny Depp movie being up for Best Picture.
Matt Damon even made a joke this year about
exactly.
about The Martian being up for Best Comedy, Musical or Comedy.
Things of that nature. It seemed like for the most part they actually did a lot of good things, and some other movies that I was very surprised, and TV shows too, to see win won, and that was cool. But I don't know. We talked about it last year, even with the Oscars. Like, we care less and less about that type of thing, even though I like seeing what's nominated for the Oscars. I like seeing what wins just for a historical perspective. But
and having the debate with everybody, oh, this is going to win, or this should win, or this is, and then everyone bitches afterward.
I will say, and we're just a couple weeks from the nominations of the Oscars, but I will actually be mad if Deadpool gets nominated for Best Picture, as it almost looks like may happen now.
Really?
And really, to what? That I'd be mad?
No, that it's looking more and
see,
more like it's going to be...
It was up for, I believe, the Golden Globe for Best Musical or Comedy, which is whatever. But it was nominated the other day for a Writers Guild Award, and it was nominated by the Producers Guild for Best Film, which suggests that it actually could slot into the 9 or 10. And that's actually baffling to me. That movie was fun. Like, it's honestly not it's not a good movie, I would say.
See, like, I do disagree with you on that, but I don't think it's
fine. Like,
it's Best Picture of the year.
It wasn't the best superhero movie of last year, let alone to be the only superhero movie to ever be nominated for Best Picture. That's insane to me. Like, for a historical perspective.
Okay, I was gonna say The Dark Knight, but no,
The Dark Knight
that's
was
the
the movie that led to
changed everything.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me if that gets nominated. It really is. We'll find out.
We'll find out in a few weeks, and we'll tell you about it right here.
It's like the 24th or something. We'll find out. Anyway, that's another thing I was up to. I watched the Globes. It was whatever.
What did you think about the Globes? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet at us. I'm on Twitter at Rich Belson.
I'm at Stonks.
Channel's on Twitter at OABeer_official. And we're on Facebook at Facebook.com/OverABeer. And right here at YouTube.com/OverABeer. But that'll wrap things up for today. So until next time, drink up.
And buttermilk.